Dang.
What's up, PS144 fam? Welcome back to the channel. I've got another banger for you today. The good folks over at Cylee sent this over to the channel, so you know we gotta review it. What we're gonna do today is a tabletop review that is comprehensive, so you know if you should spend your hard-earned money on it. You still here? Awesome. Might as well like and subscribe while you're at it. Because this is a tabletop review, we're gonna do a range review later like we talked about, but a tabletop review, what am I looking to see? I'm looking to see build quality. I'm looking to see time and attention. I'm looking to see if the good people over at Cylee actually put time, effort, and energy and innovation into their ergonomics and the placement of different mechanisms on this red dot, which I can go ahead and already tell you, a little bit of spoiler, they did. The other thing that I want to talk about is how am I viewing this, right? What's its competition? What am I grading this up against? And I've got a couple of red dots that I use on a regular basis for competition. Remember, I told you that big window red dot is taking the world by storm, and I can tell you why. It's because it's like a cheat code, right? It's so easy to find and to track that dot in that window, even with rapid follow-up shots. And so what I'm doing and comparing it with are some of the things that I've got on this table that are also big window dots. So for example, the Romeo 1 Pro, that was my first red dot on my first competition pistol, which was a SIG P320 that I ended up doing a whole bunch of beautifying to, a whole bunch of Gucciing out on to make it basically shoot better than a SIG X5 Legion, got some ports and all that stuff in it. It's phenomenal. The other one is this new Mechanic red dot, which is their big one. It's the MO3, I believe, competition reflex sight. So it is their biggest window. The other one I'd be comparing it to right here is this Holosun 507 comp, which is also taking the competition world by storm. People are getting their hands on this left and right. So now comes the Cylee Ghost HDG, right? This is its competition. This is the frame of mind with which I'm comparing it to. So let's see how it stacks up with the tabletop review. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a little bit of a spoiler for those that have TikTok brain and are impatient. Dude, I'm impressed. I can't even lie to you. Like I'm blown away. I'll tell you why. You're gonna see it here in a little bit. So we're just gonna open this thing up and we're gonna walk you and talk you right through some of the specs as we go. It's obviously your standard information for this, but we're gonna run through quite a bit of it. So the first thing that we're gonna talk about is the dot, because that's the most important, right? So as you can see here, it comes with that 2 MOA, really small dot. And then it comes with that 26 MOA circle. So you can run either independently or you can run it both. So that 26 MOA circle with that 2 MOA dot in the middle. And again, with it being a big window, that helps you track it even better if you're off to the left or the right, north or the south. And so this is built for competition shooters, which is why I say I feel like they made this for me. But I digress. So this is what we're talking about on the outside of the box. They've got quite a bit of information here. Again, their window size is huge. It's 1.04 inches, and they got some of that information here on this side of it. Let's get this to focus. It's 1.04 inches in width, 0.89 inches in height. So we're talking about quite a big dot. Overall, it's 2.1, 1.4 in width, and 1.36 in height. Of course, you can find all this information online. Total weight comes out to about 2 ounces. Again, build material is that aircraft grade 7075 T6 aluminum. It's matte black, as you can see here. Also, the color of that red dot is going to be red. It is not a green dot, as we talked about, battery standard. It's at CR1632. One of the other things that you would want to know, and we're opening it up here, is that it is RMR cut. So that's going to fit the 407C pattern, the 507C pattern, that 508T pattern. This is a RMR cut red dot. Here is why I'm blown away. Feature rich, like any dot that you would expect in this price range, right? So it's gonna come with 10 total brightness settings, 8 daytime and 2 night vision compatible, which is super dope. It is a 1 MOA adjustment, and then it's also waterproof, IPX7 submergible up to 1 meter for 30 minutes, which is super dope. It's parallax free, has unlimited eye relief, and it's got an up and a down button. So those are all the specs, right? And again, we'll put some of those on screen. You can find it on their website as well. Now comes time to bust this baby open and talk about what's in the box, which is where it really gets exciting. Dude, I love this. Like the fact that they just add a patch in here, super cool to me. I love it. It's great quality. You can tell I've got a bunch of patches, really soft on the front. Then it comes with that back Velcro piece, so you can, I'm gonna do this for you on camera here. You can rip that off, and it's just all around, dude. Just a solid piece. Like what a great addition. Like you didn't have to do that, but you did, and I appreciate it. There's gonna be some other things in here that I've never seen before in any of these red dots I've got. Remember, I've got some stuff to compare it to. Obviously, it comes with your cloth, which is very, very standard. Nothing special there. It comes with a cool Cylee sticker, which again, I think is pretty cool. I've never seen this before. And this is what makes me say, okay, all right, Cylee, hey, I see you, game recognized game, right? I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. So they come with 3 different cards. This is one of those cards. These cards have information that is gonna save a brand new shooter so much headache. So this one is showing you where your alignment for your red dot needs to be, that it doesn't need to be too far over your ejection port or over it at all, because it's gonna cause issues for you. It's showing you the proper alignment, the incorrect alignment. The second thing is, again, for new shooters that are just getting into this, and even sometimes for us oldies that have been shooting for a little bit, this one tells you, I'm gonna try and get it to focus here. This one tells you which way to adjust for height, windage, for elevation, your left and right, up and down adjustments. It tells you which way to do it. It tells you your MOA clicks. Dude, like this is legit. Like, again, I could be simping. Maybe everybody does this and I just missed out. My boxes didn't come with it. I really like this as time and attention to detail. Dude, like the number one is this one. Bro, they have a 0 card for their red dot. I have never in my life seen this. They show you that if you 0 it at certain distances, 5, 10, and 25, where you're gonna be hitting at 5, 10, and 25 yards based on your respective 0. Like, bro, I know they sent this out to the channel, full transparency. If somebody sends me something out to the channel that sucks, I will tell you it sucks. I have never seen this in my life. I'm impressed, genuinely. We have not gotten to the red dot, the optics. So again, at this point, this is preliminary. There could be some things in it that I'm like, okay, this doesn't make any sense at all. So far, color me impressed. That takes us right into our box. And in our magic box, as you can see, we got some screws right here, and then we've got our red dot right here. So we're gonna exhaust everything before we get to our red dot. Next, we've got our 2 Allen keys. See if I can get that to show up. Again, standard. Nothing fancy here. I'm not blowing smokes. Just as regular. All of them. In fact, the mechanic, I think, came with an entire tool with like a 4-sided tool that you can use for just a bunch of stuff, which was dope. So that's normal. Again, something that I think is insanely fire. Look at this bag. You can't really tell from just looking at it this way. There's literally like 22, not 22. I'm gonna actually count them. Like, matter of fact, so y'all don't think I'm capping. We're gonna do it right now. I'm gonna open up this bag. We're gonna count how many screw bags are in it. See this? I grabbed it. I didn't move it. No magic, no post magic. This is just straight up like a raw, honest tabletop review. It's one screw bag. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you can see that, which I don't even have to do that, but just do it anyways. 9, my arms are getting tired. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 different screws. Legit, dog. Like, 16 different screws. So, okay, all right, like, I'm easy to please. What do you want me to say? I'm sorry, I'm impressed. Now we get to the actual red dot, the moment of truth. This is the moment you've been waiting for. I'm gonna pull this out here. First impressions. I saw this obviously on the box. One thing I wanna show you is, so this right here, this concave with these two, that is drop protection. It says it's rated protected up to 6 feet dropped on a 45-degree mount, right? So it is supposedly, according to them, incredibly durable. Obviously, we talked about that big window. You can see that right there. It's got Cylee on this side. I'll flip that around so you can see Cylee. And then it's got HDG Ghost on the other, make sure you can see that, HDG Ghost on the other side. Again, it's got that window, which is very, very nice, sitting right there looking pretty. It is a side-mounted battery, and then it's got that up and down adjustment. So I'm gonna try and turn this on. I actually have not done that. Oh, there we go. There we go. Now the thing about this is actually the 26 MOA dot with that center dot in the middle. You just can't really tell because of the fact that, you know, the way that it's filming it. So I'm looking down it right now and I'm looking at the 26 MOA dot with that 2 MOA dot in the middle. So far, it's really clear. So I'm tracking it around all the edges. Really clear, as you guys can see, hopefully you guys can see. Super clear glass. Again, really big window. One other thing about this that I noticed right off the bat, there's really no part of this window that's exposed. When I say window, I mean the glass in the window. There's really no part of this glass that's exposed that I would worry about, if that makes sense. And I, for example, do not feel that same way about my Holosun, which I love, by the way. So Holosun, if you're listening, don't be pissed at me. But, because I love this gun, it's a little bit dirty. But this Holosun 507 is also a massive window. However, with this one, you can see, I don't know if you can see that well. See how that almost sticks out? It doesn't quite, but it is maybe a tenth of an inch, not even less than a tenth of an inch. This is like 1/15 of an inch from sticking out. And so if anything protrudes, if a rock is sticking out of the ground, you know, a little pebble, piece of glass, and this thing drops, that glass is gonna get cracked. And I can hear the objectors now saying, well, just don't drop it, which obviously I haven't dropped it. The point is, if it did drop, I'm almost positive this glass would break. Obviously, I don't make a habit of dropping them, which is why this is in perfect shape, but that's just to show you the difference here. And I put this back down. The difference between that and the way that they built this, because look at this recess here. Look at how much space you've got there. You have this entire arch before you get to any glass, and then the back depth before you get to glass is just massive, if you can see that side there. So this is a very, 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 very well protected glass for your red dot. So if you are someone that is not as cautious on your red dots, I would actually encourage this one over definitely the Romeo 1 Pro, because it's similar. I'm gonna get my Mechanic one so you can take a look at that, because the Mechanic here on this Mac 9DS 2011 is pretty similar, right? So this one has a little bit more depth to that window. There is probably maybe like 1/8 of an inch right there of just concave before you get to that glass, but it is rounded glass, of course, and it doesn't provide a ton. It does not provide as much. And then on your back end, again, that's probably like, what is this? Maybe at the very top, we're talking about maybe 1/10 or 1/12 of an inch, something like that. At the bottom, you get about a good 1/2 an inch of protection, of course. This one's just incredibly deep. So if we're making a distinction here between the two, you can just see how hardy this is compared to even this Mechanic optic, which is a fantastic optic. Really big window, really nice. I've got it on this Mac 9DS that I shoot fairly often. So none of these are bad. I wouldn't have spent my money on it, or I wouldn't have kept them as long if they were bad optics. They're all good, but we're just saying, how does this one stack up? And I'm gonna be honest with you, tabletop review. I really like it. Tabletop review, I would put it right up here with his Holosun 507 comp. The thing about this one though, is this is better bang for buck by far. This one comes in somewhere around like half of that price, I believe. So again, not trying to say prices too much, you can look it up. It's the Cylee Ghost HDG, see how much it's coming in for. But I would say, given what I'm seeing, given the build quality, given the material quality, 50,000 hours of battery life, obviously it's also, like we talked about, got that 2 MOA dot, and then that 26 MOA circle that you can run both, survive 6 feet, 10 brightness settings, 8 of them daylight and 2 night vision. I just don't see you really getting a better deal than this right here. I'm kind of thinking about all the specs, feeling it, looking at it. There's nothing on there. I don't see any imperfections. One thing that I didn't do with this red dot that I should have, because I don't really like something about this, is how mushy your adjustments are. They're incredibly mushy. Again, these are 1 MOA adjustments on this Ghost, on the Cylee Ghost. These are, you cannot tell when you're rotating and making adjustments. They're just that mushy. So one thing I do want to do is I want to take out my tool here and I want to see how tactile they are. Because up to date, so far, legit, everything has been phenomenal. I cannot say honestly anything that I dislike about this optic or this red dot at all. So here we go. I'm looking to see if this checks out, because like I said earlier, I don't like the SIGs. It's way too mushy. And so we'll see if there is something on this that I don't like, and we're just gonna be honest. I'm gonna be quiet here and see if you can hear it. I don't know if y'all can hear that or not. So they are very tactile. So it's very smooth. I'm not applying really any force at all. I'm able to move it and get pretty fine adjustments, and then it clicks pretty audibly. So I like that. I like that. I'm just a big guy with big hands, so like sometimes stiffer twists and adjustments just fit me better, because I'm always in a rush and like doing tiny things that are really small with my hands sometimes are hard. However, literally nobody else would want that. So like that would just be a dumb thing for them to even adjust for me, because everyone else would be like, ooh, this is super smooth, super tactile, and loud with the adjustments, so you know when you're making adjustments. So literally that would just be me being dumb. Okay, so final thoughts. I love it. I'm gonna be honest with you. Tabletop review, we're gonna take it out to the range, so I encourage you to check out that review coming up later. I love it so far. I love the attention to detail. I love this intuitive design with this concave here. I really think that's gonna protect your glass. How much clearance you have, especially from the top and the sides. A rock would have to be sticking out pretty far for it to hit, and it'd have to be a direct flat hit on the ground in order for you to really damage that glass. So I'm really liking everything I'm seeing about it so far. Everything else is pretty standard on this. I love just the features that they add. Again, this zero card is like nuts to me, because I've never seen that in a firearm before. I really like it. Who is this for? I think this is for the competition shooter for sure. Now, I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna have myself, a buddy of mine that just placed top 3 in a tri-state tournament for IDPA. He's gonna try it out. A couple of other military guys, XLE guys, try this out and see what their thoughts are on it. We're all gonna try our hand at it and give our opinion in the range version video of this. But so far, I'm really, really impressed with Cylee. I think you guys hit it out of the park with this. Again, 16 screws, 3 cards that are super informational for a brand new shooter, and then the rest of it's standard. And then just little small, like, you know, gifts, attention to detail gifts to let you know we appreciate you. Like, there's nothing I can say. There's nothing I can say other than I'm really impressed with it. Thank you to Cylee for sending it out to the channel. If I didn't like it and if it wasn't good, I would tell you. But so far, I'm legitimately blown away by this optic. If you made it this far in the video, we're basically family at this point. So you might as well hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. And if you want to be one of the first people to know when a new vid drops, go ahead and hit that bell notification. Man, I appreciate it for everyone that does that. Again, there are no ads in this video, but I'm wearing an ad. You can visit on the channel page where the information is about the channel, the PS144 store. It's ps144.com. To see the channel merch, we dropped our first season of merch, so I encourage you to go over there, get yourself some stuff if you feel so inclined. Until next time, I appreciate you guys for tapping in, and I'll catch you on the next one.